We have a government that now, I believe, is targeting the very people it is supposed to serve. So we plan on, as a Republican majority, holding them accountable and dealing with what we have seen. And again, what has been exposed from the Twitter files and, of course, what these brave FBI agents who've come to us now as whistleblowers and told us how the Justice Department is operating and how it is not supposed to be functioning in that manner, because it is supposed to be equal treatment under the law in this great country.
Republicans don't like that the federal government, under the purview of the Justice Department, can do investigations into their bad behavior. So they have made themselves professional victims. They have created a panel known as the weaponization panel to investigate investigations into Republican activity. And it's rich to hear that from Jim Jordan, who has been accused by student wrestlers at a university that he used to work at of covering up sexual abuse committed by the wrestling coach at that university.
Someone should investigate that.
But I mean, if you do, wouldn't Jim Jordan be a victim?
All his entire life. It would be.
It's so crazy. Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's give you the details on what's going on. So apparently Representative Matt Gaetz, a McCarthy holdout and former subject of a Justice Department investigation, has landed a spot on this panel. Okay, this is part of the House Judiciary Committee, and within the committee there's this weaponization panel because they want to allege that the DOJ's investigations are just merely political. It's meant to weaponize investigations. The new subcommittee is officially known as the Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government. The panel will be authorized to investigate executive branch agencies, particularly intelligence agencies that grant information or gather information on American citizens. Now, the idea for the panel was first put forward by the Center for Renewing America, a right-wing nonprofit group run by several staffers for President Trump. Are you guys starting to connect the dots here? You know, federal investigations into Donald Trump probably had something to do with this proposal from former Trump staffers. Maybe, allegedly.
Correlation.
Then it was championed by Republican Representatives Chip Roy of Texas and Dan Bishop of North Carolina. But as of today, it does look like Matt Gaetz is actually replacing Chip Roy in this panel. Okay, which again, Matt Gaetz had to deal with a federal investigation into him possibly paying to have sex with a minor
and trafficking them across state lines.
And trafficking them across state lines. Weird how that investigation all of a sudden was dropped. I'm sure his well-connected father had nothing to do with making sure that that investigation went away. I'm sure. Anyway, I want to give you a chance to weigh in here.
Yeah, look, this is what the next couple of years is going to be about. It's going to be this committee in 6 different forms. There's going to be the Hunter Biden version of this committee. There's going to be the border version of this committee. There's going to be the balloon version of this committee and this version of this committee, which if Matt Gaetz is on it, is probably going to be one of the most annoying. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be the weaponization of Congress to talk about the weaponization of the government. From what they actually just listed there, looking into the gathering of information, that could be perfectly fine. The stuff that they talk about though has nothing to do with the stated goal right there. Like they're talking about the Twitter files and stuff like that. So this is again, they were mean to conservatives. So what's so frustrating about that especially is, presumably he said that before today's hearings. So you could almost give him a pass on not knowing that, the request coming in from actual government officials to Twitter was from the right. The actual serious infringement of the First Amendment was from the right. The issue is that now that he knows that, it will make no difference whatsoever. Like you need to get used to the pattern that we're seeing right now with the Twitter files and a couple days ago with the balloon, which was, this thing happens and it makes the Democrats look bad. So we're gonna freak out and attack them. And then, it turns out that we were doing the same thing. Ignore that, it was just them. Like Marjorie Greene brought the balloon. Trump had 3 balloons. That was inconvenient to her narrative. So she just forgot about it and went back to, Biden's got balloons. And now they're still gonna be talking about the Twitter files even though Trump himself was doing it. That will be irrelevant.
Hold on. I see what you mean. That 3 balloons entered US airspace during.
So they had their narrative, that came up, which was inconvenient to it. So they decided that's not fun, I don't care about that anymore. We're just going back to what we believed before, which is just Biden as a balloon.
Right.
So we're still gonna make fun of the balloon. Same thing for the Twitter files.
They think the allegations of Chinese surveillance balloons during Trump's administration are just made up. Yeah,
well, it's convenient to say that. It allows you to ignore it.
Look, I don't care where the president is. I just want to understand, and I made this point yesterday, I'm gonna make it again. How does the surveillance balloon enter US airspace without getting shot before it happens?
Well, we don't have it's a very big.
We don't have what? We don't
have coverage of thousands of miles of border simultaneously.
No, but I'm sure there is some area like close to the coast where you could shoot it down.
Evidently not.
No, evidently yes.
It's 60,000 feet up, it's relatively small. I don't know what its radar cross section is.
I'm not buying it. They shot it down once it was off the coast of South Carolina. So they could have, if they had.
Well, at that point they'd spotted it. But they had to at some point spot it for the first time.
But John, we spend over 800 billion.
Yeah.
Like 800 billion a year on defense. How did they not spot it?
We should have spent 1 billion more, and that was a balloon detection system.
My point is we waste so much money on defense.
I think you're probably onto something. I agree, we definitely do if we can't even stop a balloon.
Exactly, that's my point.
But that's not their takeaway. Their takeaway is going to be, we need to spend 500 billion more a year to stop rogue balloons.
I just hate everybody.
I know, I agree. The whole thing is stupid. The next couple of years are gonna be really, really stupid, but it's going to be somewhat counterbalanced by the primaries are probably gonna be pretty fun. That's what we're gonna have.
To my conservative friends who might be watching this, do you guys just let me know, okay? I'm trying to reason with you. Do you not see that this whole thing for Republican lawmakers is me? Like, I'm such a victim. They're not working for you. They don't care about you. All they care about is themselves. I'm being investigated after I did something that was potentially criminal and bad. I don't like that. So I'm gonna create a subcommittee to investigate the investigators. That is what this is. That is what this is.
Well, it's that, but it's also it's a Boulder just taking up time, and that like it allows them to pretend to be doing something for a couple years and never deliver anything that would require money to be raised and spent to benefit the American people. They need to fill up that space somehow. They can't literally just go to Cancun for the next 2 years. This allows them to pretend that they're doing something. Their media arm convinces people that this is the best use of their time. And in the meantime, nothing's gonna happen that challenges the 1% of corporations. So it is personal, but it's designed to be in defense of their donors.
They're such professional victims, it's insane. I'm done with this. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna waste time and resources with this nonsense. We're all gonna pretend like it's important. We're gonna talk about it on the show, of course, because Congress is doing literally nothing else. And I'm gonna be miserable every day. That's what I'm looking forward to over the next 2 years of my life. As nothing gets done in Congress, literally for the next 2 years, but obviously longer than that. Let's keep it real.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.